There is a place inside all of us we rarely travel to. A shadowed corner of the soul where our fear hides, where our anger whispers, where the parts of ourselves we refuse to claim wait in silence. We spend our lives running from this place, running from our guilt, our envy, our impulses, our wounds. But what if the only way to become whole is to stop running? Tonight, we're not exploring the world outside. We're entering the darkness within and asking one question that defines the path of every human life. How do we face our own darkness? The shadow we pretend isn't there. Every human being carries two stories, the one we tell the world and the one we hope no one ever discovers. The hidden self, the wounded self, the self we bury beneath ambition, kindness, discipline, or distraction. We like to imagine that darkness is out there, in the world, in history, in other people. But darkness is also here, inside our desires, inside our memories, inside the voice that surfaces in moments of stress, jealousy, insecurity, fear, or grief. The truth is simple. Every person is capable of cruelty, selfishness, weakness, and destruction. Every person has broken something they cared about. Every person has become the villain in someone's story. But we are also capable of extraordinary compassion, healing, and transformation. And the line between these two possibilities, between our darkness and our light, is thinner than we think. So how do we face the parts of ourselves we try to hide? To answer that, we must begin with what darkness actually is. Darkness is not evil, it is unseen. We often mistake darkness for evil, but darkness, in its truest sense, simply means the unknown. It is not a monster hiding beneath the bed. It is the room we refuse to enter, the memory we refuse to remember, the emotion we refuse to feel, the truth we refuse to acknowledge. The philosopher Carl Jung called this the shadow, the collection of everything we reject about ourselves: our rage, our laziness, our neediness, our envy, our selfishness, our hunger for validation, our desire for control, our capacity for harm. Most people hide their shadow behind a mask of confidence, of success, of spiritual purity, of calm self-control. But a mask is not a solution. A mask is a boundary that keeps the world out and keeps the truth in. Darkness does not disappear because we ignore it. It grows in silence, in denial, in avoidance. Only when we acknowledge it, only when we turn toward it, can it lose its power over us. Why we fear our own darkness. We fear our darkness for 3 reasons. 1, because it threatens our identity. We all carry a private self-image. I am a good person. I am kind. I am moral. I am disciplined. I am better than who I used to be. To admit that we still carry jealousy, anger, insecurity, or cruelty feels like betrayal. It feels like collapsing the story we built about ourselves. But identity built on denial is fragile. It shatters the moment reality intrudes. 2, because darkness makes us feel out of control. The emotions we suppress don't vanish, they wait. And when they finally erupt, we feel hijacked by our own minds. It's not that the darkness appears suddenly, it's that we ignored its warnings. 3, because darkness reminds us we are unfinished. Humans crave completeness. We want to believe we have arrived, grown, evolved. But our darkness reveals a painful truth. We are still in progress, still learning, still flawed. Facing our darkness means accepting that we are works in progress and always will be. But what if this isn't a weakness? What if this is the beginning of wisdom, the origins of the shadow? Our personal darkness does not appear without reason. It forms from 3 forces. 1, pain that was never acknowledged. Unhealed wounds become reflexes. If someone grew up unseen, they may chase validation relentlessly. If someone grew up controlled, they may cling to power with both hands. If someone grew up abandoned, they may sabotage connection before it can break them. Darkness is often just pain wearing armor. 2. Emotions we were taught to reject. Many of us learned early, don't be angry, don't be weak, don't be sensitive, don't show fear. But forbidden emotions don't dissolve. They descend into the unconscious. They shape our behavior from below. 3. Choices we regret but never confront. Guilt turns into self-hatred. Self-hatred turns into secrecy. Secrecy turns into shadow. To face our darkness, we must understand its origins. Because darkness is not an enemy, it is a message. A message that something within us still needs attention, compassion, and truth. The moment we meet ourselves. There comes a moment in every life, sometimes quiet, sometimes catastrophic, when we meet the parts of ourselves we've avoided. A betrayal we didn't expect from ourselves. A burst of anger we didn't think we were capable of. A jealousy that feels shameful. A lie we told to protect ourselves. A fear that paralyzes us. A failure we can't explain. And in that moment, something ancient whispers, This is who you also are. Not the whole of you, but a part of you. Facing our darkness is not about punishment. It is recognition. It is responsibility. It is the beginning of maturity. The people who cause the most harm in the world are not the ones who have darkness, but the ones who refuse to look at it. The 3 doors to darkness. There are 3 ways humans tend to face their darkness. 1. Denial. Pretending nothing is wrong. Minimizing. Laughing it off. Avoiding. Blaming others. Denial buys short-term comfort at the cost of long-term growth. 2. Self-destruction. Some people respond to their darkness by turning it inward, punishing themselves, hating themselves, believing they are broken, unlovable, unworthy. But self-destruction is not honesty. It is another form of avoidance. 3. Integration. The rarest choice, the bravest choice, to sit with the uncomfortable truths of who we are. To see ourselves clearly, not as heroes or villains, but as whole, complicated, evolving human beings. To integrate our darkness is not to indulge it, but to understand it so it no longer controls us. Knowledge is power, the saying goes, but the deepest power is self-knowledge. How we actually face our darkness. Facing our darkness is not a single moment. It is a lifelong discipline, a willingness to choose truth over comfort. Here is how the process truly works. 1. We stop lying to ourselves. The hardest truths to tell are the ones we keep inside. We face our darkness by naming what we feel without judgment. I am jealous. I am afraid. I am angry. I feel small. I want control. I want approval. I feel hurt. I acted out of pride. I acted out of fear. Naming the shadow removes its power. 2. We trace the darkness to its source. Behind every destructive impulse is an unmet need. Behind every fear is a wound. Behind every harmful behavior is a story. Understanding is not excusing, but understanding is the first step toward liberation. 3. We allow ourselves to feel what we buried. The shadow grows in emotional numbness. To shrink it, we must feel the grief, the loneliness, the rage, the disappointment, the shame. Emotions are not the enemy. Avoidance is. 4. We seek accountability, not punishment. Facing our darkness means taking responsibility while refusing the lie that we are beyond redemption. Forgiveness is not forgetting. Forgiveness is freedom from self-imprisonment. 5. We integrate the shadow into our story. Our darkness is not a flaw in the narrative. It is part of the narrative. Facing it allows us to rewrite how the story ends. The light hidden inside. Darkness. This is the paradox of the human soul. The qualities we admire most grow from the same soil as the qualities we fear most. Courage grows from fear. Compassion grows from suffering. Wisdom grows from mistakes. Humility grows from failure. Strength grows from vulnerability. Self-control grows from temptation. Forgiveness grows from pain. Clarity grows from confusion. Resilience grows from adversity. Our darkness is not an obstacle to our growth. It is the raw material. Our task is not to eliminate the shadow, but to transform it. The person on the other side. When we face our darkness, something unexpected happens. We become less judgmental of others because we recognize our shared humanity. We see that everyone carries wounds. Everyone battles impulses they don't understand. Everyone hides fears beneath confidence. Everyone has a private war no one sees. The more honest we become about ourselves, the more compassionate we become toward others. This is how facing our darkness makes the world brighter. The final door. So how do we face our own darkness? By choosing truth over illusion. By holding our pain without letting it define us. By accepting that being human means being unfinished. By seeing our flaws not as failures, but as invitations to grow. To face our darkness is to reclaim our freedom. Because the shadow is not our enemy. It is the part of us that waits patiently to be understood so we can become whole. Maybe the real question was never, how do we escape our darkness? Maybe the real question is, who do we become when we finally face it? If this journey made you think, give it a like. Share it with someone who asks big questions, and subscribe to Timeless Questions channel, where philosophy meets history and the search for truth never ends.